guys are awesome.
Elon Musk, tech mogul, billionaire, and now political campaigner.
Take over, Elon, just take over.
Musk has emerged as one of the most high-profile backers for Donald Trump.
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
They say, Elon, you're a genius. You are a genius. He is special.
So how did we get here, and what happens when the world's richest man backs your campaign? I'm in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's just a few days until the election, and there is a massive queue of people, as you can see. They've all come to see Elon Musk, the world's richest man, giving a town hall and telling them why they should support Donald Trump.
This has become a semi-regular political platform from which Musk appeals to voters and promotes early voting.
Are you here in your Cybertruck to see Elon?
I'm supporting Trump and Elon, absolutely. Yeah, they're great for our country and for our future.
But I would say Elon doesn't behave, act like the world's richest man. I think he invests.
Really?
I don't. I think he invests a lot of his money into making us a better country.
I love him. He's doing wonderful things. He's getting things done. He's putting people in space.
And I'm really hoping to hear that Musk is going to say that he's going to take over the efficiency of the government. They're both rich men, no doubt about that, but I don't have a problem with that.
Musk has even been giving away $1 million a day to selected individuals who register to vote and sign a petition supporting the First and Second Amendments. That's the right to free speech and the right to bear arms.
That giveaway, though, is controversial. Some legal scholars have questioned it, and the Justice Department in Washington is looking into it too.
So this giveaway is facing two sorts of legal challenges, I guess. One is at the federal level. In the United States, we have a federal law that prohibits paying someone to register to vote. And this isn't a direct payment for registering to vote, but it's restricted to registered voters. Arguably, this violates that. That would be a federal prosecution. That's not what's happening with the district attorney in Pennsylvania. The accusation is that it's being given to people at the rallies and not given sort of randomly to all the entry participants.
So how did all this start? He first crashed onto the campaign scene at a Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. That's where Trump got shot, and the former president came back to finish what he'd started.
As I was saying,
since then, Musk, who has more followers than anyone else on his own platform X, has been using it to voice his support for Trump and to criticize Kamala Harris. And one of his posts, which he deleted, seems to promote conspiracy theories around the assassination attempt on Donald Trump.
You know, I made a joke that was sort of misconstrued, that it was like, nobody even bothers to try to kill Kamala. That's pointless. Let's get another puppet. So everyone, nobody even bothers. Nobody's even tried to kill Biden. They're trying to kill Trump twice.
He's also been making some pretty hefty financial contributions to Trump's campaign efforts. He previously denied reports that he was giving $45 million to a super PAC committed to getting Trump re-elected.
Most political committees that do make contributions and coordinate with parties and candidates, they have to comply with a contribution limit on the money they receive, so they can only receive so much from any single person. A super PAC, like Elon Musk's, can receive $100 million from a single person. And I think in this case, that's sort of what's happening. Elon Musk is personally funding the super PAC. They don't have to do any fundraising. He just gives a ton of money to the super PAC. And as part of the deal, they can spend on electioneering, but they can't pass along the money to parties and candidates, and they can't coordinate formally with parties and candidates.
Musk then said he's donating monthly amounts to the pro-Trump America PAC, which he set up, and that these amounts were at a much lower level than those reported. But federal disclosures show he gave around $75 million to this group over 3 months.
They are extremely influential. They're really important channel by which the ultra-wealthy in the United States influence federal elections.
It's clear that the Musk political machine has mobilized in a big way for Donald Trump, and it is potentially at huge personal risk to him.
But how has Musk managed to gain this much momentum?
Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, with an estimated fortune of more than $250 billion.
Musk initially made it big from business ventures like Zip2 and PayPal.
0. Ignition, liftoff. Go Starlink to the Falcon.
He went on to create space exploration company SpaceX. And invested in electric vehicle company Tesla.
But if there is a company that's pushed Elon Musk into the headlines more than any other, then it is X, formerly Twitter and of course now owned by him.
He bought the social media platform in 2022 for $44 billion. For many years, Elon Musk didn't seem to have any political party preference, and he certainly wasn't a fan of Trump. The relationship seemed to get warmer after Donald Trump became president, appointing Musk to a business advisory group. But he resigned after Trump pulled out of a global agreement designed to try and fight climate change.
Elon Musk has revealed that if he succeeds in buying Twitter, he will reverse the social media giant's decision to ban Donald Trump.
In 2022, as the new owner of X, he held an online poll to see if Donald Trump should be reinstated to the social media platform. The former president had been suspended following comments he'd made after the January 6, 2021 Capitol riots. The poll did lead to his suspension being lifted, but at the same time, Musk is also on record saying that it was time for Trump to hang up his hat and sail into the sunset. In 2024, he even said he wasn't donating to either political candidate.
But all that changed a few months ago.
Take a look at what happened.
It seems the real turning point was the assassination attempt on the former president's life. After that, he came out in full support of Donald Trump.
The true test of someone's character is how they behave under fire. We had one president who couldn't climb a flight of stairs, and another who was fist pumping after getting shot.
He then invited him for a long live-streamed conversation on X, where he outlined his shift.
I haven't been really active in politics before, and I'm just trying to point out that my track record historically has been moderate, if not moderate, slightly left. And so this is to people out there who are in the moderate camp to say, I think you should support Donald Trump for president.
Hi everyone. So why the sudden change of heart? Well, there are a number of theories. The main one among critics is that he is seeking a role in Trump's administration in order to further his own interests.
Well, Elon Musk is not the first to try to influence politics. The US system of campaign funding really opens the door for a lot of relationships between business moguls and political candidates. And what makes Musk different is that he makes these interests and relationships very visible.
Last month, Trump announced that he would create a government efficiency commission and suggested that Elon Musk would lead it. Government bureaucracy is something Musk has been very vocal about, and this proposed role has featured heavily in the campaign ever since.
How much do you think we can rip out of this wasted $6.5 trillion Harris-Biden budget?
Well, I think we can do at least $2 trillion.
Yeah!
Yes.
$2 trillion.
Your money is being wasted, and the Department of Government Efficiency is going to fix that.
Although that may sound like something useful, because who likes bureaucracy after all?
We're going to get the government off your back.
I think we must worry that the notion of efficiency can become a pretext for a purge. So it can become an avenue for going after either regulators who Elon Musk doesn't like, or voices in the government that are critical of some of the things that Donald Trump wants to do.
A position in the cabinet could also mean that Musk receives tax breaks.
There was recently an article in the New York Times that outlined all the relations between the US government and Elon Musk's set of companies, both in contracts, but also in potential regulatory exposure. And so Musk having the ear of the executive in the United States would really be beneficial for him from a business point of view.
Yeah, he doesn't want a government job. My God, he's got enough to do. Trump is a smart cookie. And once Musk has done everything he possibly can to get Trump elected, Trump is going to look the other way.
Whether he gets this cabinet position or not, Musk's backing of Trump may mean that he's able to influence government policy, whether it be on social media or AI regulation, or which companies the government awards contracts to.
He's going to be sort of, what do we say, whisperer in chief. When he wants something done, he's going to whisper.
Of course, all this would still require the backing of Congress, and so the congressional results in the election are key too.
3, 2, 1.
And then there's Musk's mission to get to Mars with his company SpaceX. He says humans will not get to the red planet if Kamala Harris becomes president because she'll impose too much red tape on the project.
He said a couple of times that if the government would get out of his way, he would send a rocket ship to Mars, much sooner, but the government is stopping him from doing that. If the government would get out of his way, he says there'd be more electric cars, there'd be self-driving cars. And he sees in Trump this kindred spirit, someone who's willing to break all the rules, to disrupt.
Because of the geopolitical significance of Musk's enterprises, satellites, information, electric vehicles, his involvement in government business could raise questions around conflicts of interest.
Any geopolitical conflict that would implicate microchips or batteries or other kinds of supplies that are relevant for Elon Musk's companies would actually impact his business empire.
And this came into sharp relief recently. Musk's company Starlink provides internet anywhere in the world and has been used heavily by the Ukrainian military to prosecute their war against Russia. But the Wall Street Journal has reported that Musk and Russia's President Vladimir Putin have been in repeated contact since late 2022. Putin allegedly asked Musk to block Starlink over Taiwan as a favour for China's President Xi Jinping. Both the Kremlin and Musk deny all of this, but it highlights how a role for Musk in any government could pose risks.
The need for Tesla batteries, rare earth materials, means that Elon Musk has an interest in relations with China. And so that's where the conversation between Vladimir Putin and Musk about Taiwan may all come together. I think it's tricky for those who may do so to think that he, would fall in line with the US government. I think instead that he's hoping to shape the line of the US government under Donald Trump so that it can be more favorable to his businesses.
Elon Musk and Donald Trump share a concern too about illegal immigration at the US-Mexico border. Musk even streamed from Texas, where he met local politicians and police. The aim was to get what he called an unfiltered view of the situation.
We are basically, it seems like a place where you can go to get away from the law.
Yes.
I see this sort of a, just a kind of a group over there that's coming in. So.
And Elon Musk also sees himself as a champion of free speech.
The other side wants to take away your freedom of speech. They want to take away your right to bear arms. They want to take away your right to vote effectively.
None of this is true. The Harris campaign wants regulation on hate speech. They want more robust controls on gun ownership, and they're calling for the strengthening of legal protections against racial discrimination in the election process, and they want to make it easier for eligible voters to cast their ballots. Still, it doesn't stop Musk making these claims in his full-throttle endorsement of Donald Trump.
If you fly across the country and you look down and say, "Great, we should get bigger."
What's so great about him?
Well, he's a great guy.
For you, though, what do you like about him?
I don't know. He gets a lot of stuff done.
Do you think that's a good idea, the world's richest man to be involved in the White House?
Absolutely. He took over Twitter and got rid of 80% of the employees, and it's still running great.
He's going to go up and rescue our astronauts that our swamp can't get back from space.
USA! USA!
Musk's constituency is young men who want to drive Teslas or maybe drive rocket ships. And they're already in the Trump camp. So maybe he'll bring some of them to vote who wouldn't have voted. He's going to make a lot of noise. He is making a lot of noise.
Trump and Musk are betting big on each other. It is a symbiotic relationship. Trump got the money through the campaign. Musk gets, maybe, a seat at the Oval Office, an ear to the president. Both could gain from it in a Trump second term.